Hi, I'm Allan.
And I'm Russell.
And welcome to Popculture Pontification.
The show where we talk about movies, games, comics, and Beethoven.
Beethoven, yep. I mean, classical music is a large part of our podcast.
It is. It's really the majority of it.
It's very subtle. It's in like the background.
Yeah.
The subtext is mostly
Beethoven.
Beethoven.
The bumper is kind of like it's not really in the background.
Well, no, it's not. But it's also not Beethoven. Because that was what I was going to use, is Beethoven. But then I couldn't realize what it was. Yeah. So I used some other classical music. Then I mentioned to you the riff that I wanted to use, and you called it in one shot. And I was very upset, and I swore at you.
What can I say? I'm a cultured guy.
Cultured, yes. Only listening to classical music because nobody does it anymore, and you're a musical hipster.
Yes.
But that's not important. So, now that we've started the podcast,
yes,
I have a question for you.
Oh.
I have a question.
I don't have an answer.
Well, hopefully you won't, and you'll just flounder humorously.
Well, that's like what everybody wants to hear. Is just awkward silence.
Just your Hugh Grant impression. Goodness. It's just my heart tells me that I love you, and I can't find the words. No. I'm curious as to like how you think you deal with like fame if this became popular. Like, how are you going to deal with like the groupies that you eventually get? Have you given this any thought?
To be honest, no. No, I feel like that's putting the cart before the horse, so to speak.
No, I get the metaphor.
Yeah.
Yep.
You understand that the horse has to go before the cart.
Because traditionally, horse then cart.
Because the horse can't push.
Well, the horse it could
can
push.
only pull.
It can do both.
No, it can't.
I think
Was
a
it going
horse
to push with its face?
Well, I think it could. I guarantee you, there's a circus out there somewhere that has a horse hop up on its hind legs and push something.
No.
You don't believe me?
Even if it did, it would push it like once, and then it would fall on the ground. The cart would roll.
It's still moving. I'm not saying it's efficient.
Yeah, but it's
I'm
not
saying
an effective form of transport.
What if it was like put the bull behind?
Put the bull before the horns.
No, put the cart before the bull. And then because I think bulls would be more efficient at pushing things with their head. Yeah,
but how are you going to convince it to keep pushing and not charge off in a different direction?
You've got to train it. You can train a bull.
I would like to see you train
a bull. I'm from the country, Russell. I know these things.
You know all about bull training.
Bull training. But no, I don't know. I mean, because I've had some level...
Groupies. You've had some groupies.
I've not had groupies.
Identify your groupies.
I've had some men come up to me in the past and go, "Oh, I know you from that thing that you did.
I want to suck you off."
And of course, as a good celebrity, I oblige and obviously. I present it. No, because I've had some very small degree, barely noteworthy of.
I wouldn't even say it's noteworthy at all.
That's true, but I've had some.
I was doing
exposure.
Like a who's who of Australia.
I would not appear.
Clark YouTube.
I would not appear on the list.
Would not feature.
No, because I had like a moderately successful YouTube series, one off.
Yeah.
And then I've been on stage at a couple of conventions doing like debates and like stuff like that. So like a small amount of the community has been aware, and I've done public speaking and all that sort of stuff, performance on stage and stuff like that. So I feel like you've not really done that, to my knowledge. No. So I think it'd be very amusing to see how you would handle it.
Well, I would... I don't know. I'd probably,
panic.
Throw down a smoke bomb and flee.
Do you think you get, the nervous poops?
No.
No? Because I get the nervous poops.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not very good public speaker.
This afternoon before we started recording?
That was where I went.
Yeah, you did go to the loo.
I did go to the loo.
And you made sure to blame your cat.
I was like,
any bad smell.
Everywhere. The smell, don't worry about it. It's the cat. No. But in regards to public speaking, getting up on stage in front of thousands of people, I get very nervous. Even now, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'm not surprised.
I'm a very nervous individual.
Yeah.
But no, because have you ever done it? Have you ever been up on stage in front of a large crowd having to do speeches? Well, speech is different because you got it prepared in front of you. I'm talking about more off the cuff sort of performance.
Well, I was the president of the anime club at university.
All 20 people who went to that, or?
Hey. We had upwards of 50 people at some events.
That's pretty impressive. Yeah.
And I had to speak to them.
Yeah. Did you know them all though? Were you familiar with them on an individual level?
I was, hands-on president.
Yeah. Was this pre-beard Russell?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Couldn't even grow a beard.
This was
back
like
then.
long hair Russell.
Oh god, I've never seen long-haired Russell.
You don't want
I want to see. Like, there's got to be photographic evidence of that out there somewhere.
Well, yeah, I think there is. But it is not a good idea.
It's not a good thing. There's like every man in like the nerd community seems to go through that period in his life where it's like, you know what? Ponytail. Yeah.
No, I never had a ponytail.
You never had a ponytail?
You know what it was?
Just flowed free?
It was...
Was it a mullet? Please tell me it was a mullet.
No, it was Tom Cruise in The Last Samurai.
Wasn't his hair in a ponytail in The Last Samurai?
No, I think it was eventually in a top knot.
Okay.
But when he was
so
just,
you
like,
had a top knot.
starting to become a samurai,
Okay.
it was just like long hair, just straight back. Because of Tom Cruise, he's a very attractive man.
He is.
And it did not work quite the same for me.
But how long did you stick with it, is what I want to know.
I don't know, probably a year.
Ah, that's commitment.
Well, you have to commit to long hair.
That's true.
It takes ages.
I feel like your hair wouldn't like cooperate with like the straight back.
No, my hair does not cooperate with anything.
Yeah. Well, you have nice hair.
It goes out.
You throw it, it froze up. I've never seen you with
No,
hair.
it doesn't throw out. It sort of goes out into like a... It forms a natural bowl, basically.
Sounds amazing.
No.
Oh, man.
That's why it's always short.
I gotta go through your photo history on Facebook and see if any of these pictures are on there.
Well, that's your usual Friday night, isn't it?
Well, yes. Yeah. But I never get very far before I'm finished.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Okay, so if we ever happen to get on stage in the future to do a live episode of this, I'm gonna pull clips out of this and play them back to you on stage. I think it's gonna be very amusing.
I'll kill it.
You reckon you'll just smash it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
As soon as I see like the adoring faces and hear the screams.
It's like, oh my god, it's Russell!
Ah! I'll just like rip off whatever I've got on and there'll be like a sequin shirt underneath and like tight leather pants.
So you're gonna become Bowie, basically.
Yeah, basically.
On stage.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay.
Not like Labyrinth Bowie.
Non-Labyrinth Bowie?
No.
That's a great Bowie, though.
No. It's not suitable for
That's
children.
Bowie in his prime,
Yeah.
is what that is. Especially in the crotchal region.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think there's enough of that. Alright, so what do you want to talk about this week, Russell?
Well, I've got a few items on my list, so I'll try and get through them at a...
Well, should we go
clip.
Should we go back and forth? Because I got a couple of things.
Yeah, alright.
That way we can go turn about. I think that's reasonable. Then it's not just all Russell for like the next 15 minutes. And I'm sitting here in the back row looking like a chump.
I'm just giving the people what they want.
You think that they want the Russmeister
Yeah, they do.
more than the Owl Dog?
Oh, yeah. You've built up this vision in my head of when we're famous.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's screaming my name.
Very groupies. Oh, Russell!
Yeah.
Oh my God, Russell! And then it's like,
you're
oh,
like
and the other guy.
Sullen and resentful in the background.
So basically, you're saying that I'm Donald Duck and you're Bugs Bunny.
That is like crossing.
Wait,
universes.
Daffy Duck. I'm Daffy Duck.
Yeah, you're Daffy Duck.
I'm Daffy Duck. In my head, I was like, Daffy Duck. No, that's not right. Donald Duck.
I mean, you are not wearing any pants.
That's true. I'm actually not wearing pants. I'm wearing
the
shorts.
Shorts are pants.
Shorts are not pants. They're by very definition, they're called different things. Shorts and pants.
But if someone was to address you and say, Allan, are you not wearing any pants?
I would say no.
You're
I'm wearing shorts.
You would not say, nah, not wearing pants.
It's true, but it's true. I'm not wearing pants. I'm wearing shorts. Why do we always end up on the wrong side of these conversations? It's never like, oh, shorts or pants. Yeah, all right, I agree. It's always like, we were off mic earlier. We had like a 5-minute discussion about what the difference is between a bar and a pub.
Was that off mic?
It was off mic.
Quality content.
I'm not editing it in. It's too far removed from the conversation.
Well, let me hit you with this.
All right, lay it on me.
The Star Wars trailer came out for episode 7.
Yes. Now, I don't usually watch trailers for stuff I'm really excited about because I feel like it ruins like the surprise when I get to the cinema. But you made me watch this, and I immediately spotted something that you didn't, and you've seen it like 8 times.
I've seen it like 3 times.
That's still more than the once that I saw.
Yeah. Well, you were on the lookout, clearly, for robot hands.
I was on the lookout for robot hands.
Yeah.
Why would I not be, is the question, for robot hands.
Well, you might have been on the lookout for Mark Hamill's face, which was distinctly absent.
It was. But we were watching it, and at the end of it, I was like, oh, well, Luke Skywalker was in there. And you're like, no, he wasn't. What are you talking about? And I was like, yeah, the robot hand. And R2-D2.
Yeah.
And the Jedi cloak. And you're like, no idea what you're
It's not
talking about.
necessarily a Jedi cloak.
It was a brown cloak. I feel
What
like
about in the first movie on frigging Tatooine, where they have that dude with the like World War I gas mask face following him around? He wears a cloak, and he's not a Jedi.
I'm saying that traditionally, stereotypically, if you wear a brown cloak, you're a Jedi.
Well, that wasn't a brown cloak.
It was very dark. It was a brown
it was
cloak.
a dark cloak.
It was a dark cloak. It wasn't black. It was a black cloak. He'd be a Sith. These are the tropes of Star Wars, Russell.
Darth Vader wears a black cloak.
Darth Vader is different. Darth Vader is a robot. Half robot.
He's not a robot.
He's half robot.
He's more machine now than man. That doesn't make him a robot.
It makes him a cyborg, yes.
Yeah.
But my point being is that he doesn't wear cloaks. He wears cool helmets and capes.
So is that the distinction? A cloak has a hood.
Yeah. Is this another topic we're going to
Yeah, I
have
think
a
it is.
discussion about?
Yeah.
What, you think you call what, a cape and a cloak are the same thing to you?
No, a cape is like shorter. A cloak is full length.
I feel like a cape can be very long. Like, would you say what Darth Vader was wearing wasn't a cape?
That's a cloak.
It was not a cloak.
It is a cloak.
It's absolutely not a cloak. A cloak has a hood.
It doesn't have to have a hood.
It does have to have a hood, otherwise it's a cape.
I feel like a cape is shorter and lighter and
Why would it be
worn purely
shorter?
for fashion.
I
Because
feel
a
like...
cloak is longer.
What about
and
a
bigger.
travelling cape?
Nobody wears a travelling cape.
Okay, well, ignoring that,
Yes.
what about Darth Maul? Darth Maul had a black cloak.
Did he?
He did. Oh, God damn it, Russell. Yeah. He had the, and he pulled it back and he revealed his head and it was all spiky and red and stuff. And everybody was like, oh.
I just remember
Sith.
the end where they had the fight. And he
Was
was
it
wearing
really?
like his kung fu.
That's because he took his cloak off, Russell. He removed his black cloak. The point being that was a robot hand and R2-D2.
Yeah.
And it was Luke. And I spotted it and you didn't.
Yes, well done.
And
Congratulations.
I'm therefore better than you are.
I'm not denying that it is Luke.
And my statement about that trailer, after having first watched it, is that it was a very expensive way of telling us absolutely nothing. Because it was very pretty,
It didn't tell us
and
a lot.
it is very little to be known. Except for some reason, now that the Jedis and the Rebels have won the war, later on everybody's like, the Jedis? Who are the Jedis?
Yeah,
I don't know who
that's
the Jedis are.
what I didn't understand.
Harrison Ford.
It's like, it's true, Jedis are real.
Yeah.
I'm old.
Playing the very old Han Solo.
And everybody's like, oh my goodness, Jedis are real. And it's like, come on, guys.
Yeah, a new younger character who doesn't believe in the light side or the dark side of the Force or Jedis, despite Jedis having been the government of the entire universe.
And like the driving force of the rebellion.
Yeah, over like the last, 1,000 years or whatever.
Well, I don't know if it was that long, but yes. It's very historically, documented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems a bit strange, but maybe she
She's just from a backwards part of the galaxy.
Oh, the girl? Well,
Yeah.
no, she was
I think he
clearly...
was talking to the
She
girl.
was clearly from Tatooine.
Yeah, but Tatooine's a shithole.
Yeah, but that's still part of the circuitry. They've had very many... They've had many Jedis show up and Sith on Tatooine.
Isn't it like an Outer Rim, whatever?
Well, yeah, but then...
I'm not into the whole expanded universe.
Well, the expanded universe isn't canon anymore, so it
No,
doesn't make a
apparently
difference. But yeah,
But Tatooine's like the butthole of the universe.
I will point out to the fact that Qui-Gon Jinn tried to use a Jedi mind trick on that floating blue dude.
Floating Jew
Yeah, and he's like,
stereotype.
are you trying to use Jedi mind tricks on me?
Yeah.
No, thank you. It doesn't make sense. Which means it is common knowledge of Jedis on Tatooine. So there you go.
well, at least among little flying aliens.
Well, yeah, but then the Hutts would know about them as well and stuff
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
true.
As interesting...
Basically, what the fuck was Han Solo on about?
I don't know. Maybe it's like forbidden to talk about Jedis or something.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? It's been like, 40 years in the universe
Yeah, I don't
since
even know.
that happened, so maybe, who knows what happened. But I'm very excited to watch it.
Yeah, there's
think
going to
it's
be
gonna be
space
good.
battles and lightsabers and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else you want to talk about in regards to that? In regards to Star Wars?
lightsaber with the crossguard
hilt.
is still stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, it's obviously supposed to be like representative of like heavier lightsaber, like a broadsword or something.
Yeah, but what if your hand slips off? You'll cut your fingers off.
Well, maybe that guy's got robot fingers for exactly that reason.
Yeah, it'll still cut your robot fingers
It
off.
would- No, it's got a little hilt. It's like it got a cross bit and then the bits come out. So as it slid up, it'd hit the cross bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I'm not saying it looks great. I'm just saying that there's a reason, like thematic reason, I think, as to why it's there.
Possibly.
Is to make it
Still
look like
looks
a
dark.
beefier, heavier, more dangerous lightsaber.
Yeah. Also, that guy's helmet looks like a close-up of a fly's face.
It is like a downgrade from Darth Vader.
Oh, yeah.
It's like this guy
Major
obviously like
downgrade.
looked at Darth Vader and was like, I reckon I can make that helmet. Then did
Nobody's game to tell him,
Nobody-
you haven't quite pulled it off.
It's like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to go with that look?
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, I made this. It was great. I want to talk about a video game that I kickstarted that recently came out, and I think it's very exciting and fun. And well, for me, I don't know about for you. I don't know whether it's your style or not. It's called Defect, space construction kit or something like that. I can't remember the rest of it. It's called Defect, which is a sort of space simulator, space fighting simulator sort of thing, where you build ships and go out and fight dudes and go on missions and stuff like that. And then at the end of the mission, your crew mutinies and takes your ship because it is now the most powerful ship in the system. And then for the next mission, you got to build a new ship that can beat the old ship, because at the end of the next mission, it's going to come back.
You have to go out for revenge.
Yeah, they're coming back. And it's like, oh, we're the most powerful ship in the system, and you just defeated these guys and gathered up a lot of resources and stuff. So we're going to kill you and take your ship. Then you got to beat your old ship. And then when you do that, your crew on your new ship mutinies and take against you and take your ship away. So you've got to be... It's not just like build the most powerful ship you can and then just run through it. You constantly got to rebuild the ship to be better than your old ship.
Can you weld yourself into the bridge?
No, shockingly
And then when
enough,
they
they
try
haven't
and
included
you
that
just
feature.
like vent them all to
Uh-huh.
space.
It's not where you're like jumping through the system trying to get...
FTL.
FTL. It's not FTL, where you
Okay.
can just like trap your main guy in the cabin and then
Yeah.
vent the rest of the ship. But yeah, no, it's not like that. But it
okay.
is very fun, and it's I don't think it's available to play because I got it in the Kickstarter, so I think it's in alpha. So at the moment, the difficulty curve is very steep. I've completed like the first 4 missions, and now I can't win because my ships keep getting destroyed. So
Being that it is an alpha, have you noticed any defects?
no, actually, I haven't.
Oh, that's good.
Some of the audio is a bit clippy, like when it goes to the intro and you're like shooting in, like it does a little clip of the audio and it's like so that could be fixed, but that's about the only
Yeah.
But it's still getting balanced and stuff, like new parts are getting added and stuff like that. So like I downloaded it yesterday and played it for a bit, and then I went back to play it this afternoon and it updated. So
Probably get a lot of that.
they're probably going to happen a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I've been playing. And it is fun. And I would tell you to play it, but I don't think you can. So...
Nya, 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 nya.
yeah, something like that. What about you? What else you got?
Well, in games that people can play if they so choose to shell out $35 or something for it.
$35?
Sword Coast Legends came out yesterday.
Oh, did it just come out? I saw you on Steam playing this the other night, but I didn't know it just came out.
Yeah, it was delayed twice.
It just means they're perfecting it, Russell.
Well, you hope so. I heard some pretty bad stuff pre-release because they
So
had
you're
like
like,
a...
$30. Thank you much. Like,
Well, I pre-ordered it months ago
Okay.
because I was hoping for a new Baldur's Gate.
you and your Baldur's Gate.
I love Baldur's Gate.
You do love it. I've never played it. Does that bother you?
Really? Have you ever played Baldur's Gate 2?
I don't think I have. Is it on Steam? Is it available on Steam?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll give it a look.
Yeah, maybe you should.
And I'll just message you. It's like, oh, these graphics suck. You call this a game?
Actually, it's
How have you seen Skyrim? It's very pretty.
Fuck Skyrim. It's got painted backdrops. It's gorgeous.
Oh, does it? Alright, there you go.
Anyway, Sword Coast Legends is somewhat in the same vein as Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter Nights and games like that.
So, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, it is a Dungeons and Dragons licensed game, based loosely on the 5th edition rules.
Oh, that's cool. Because we play 5th edition.
We do.
So I have experience going to it. Also, I love Neverwinter Nights. So there you go. There's something we can agree about.
Yeah.
Neverwinter Nights 2 sucked, though.
I didn't play it.
Okay. Neverwinter Nights was good.
The campaign was bad.
What, Neverwinter Nights?
Yeah, it was so boring.
Was there a multiplayer in that game?
Are you kidding me?
There was a multiplayer in Neverwinter Nights.
Yeah.
Really? I don't believe you.
Oh my god.
I don't believe you.
You never played Neverwinter Nights multiplayer?
No.
And you still like the game?
What was it? Just like
You could
PvP
do
or something?
anything.
PvP or something? What?
Yeah, you could do PvP.
What? Really?
Or you could create like modules.
You gotta keep in mind that when I played this, I lived in the country and I didn't have
You
access
didn't
to
have
anything
internet.
but dial-up.
Ah. No, it had like
when this came out.
persistent worlds. People created like
Really?
entire worlds, and you
No,
could log
I
on like
only-
you were logging onto WoW or Ultima Online.
I only ever played the multiplayer, the single player.
Oh my god, you missed out.
Did I?
And
What was your like your go-to character class in Neverwinter Nights?
In Neverwinter Nights? I don't even remember. In Baldur's Gate, I always played fighters usually because you get all the cool gear.
Oh, like the armor and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the wizards are OP as hell.
Yeah, I went a sorcerer, usually for my Neverwinter Nights runs.
Actually, that was my Neverwinter Nights character. I forget what the exact build was, but spellcaster.
Yeah.
And all I did was focus on casting Phantasmal Killer, which is a level 4 spell that is save or die. And
So what, you just spammed that?
yeah, just get the save DC up as high as possible. And then any enemy who looks like, he might be a bit tough, just BAM! Save or die. And if he saves, cast it again.
What if you go up against like a boss and it doesn't work on him?
Oh, it always works.
Oh, really? Because quite often you'll go up against the boss and I'll be like, no thank you, that doesn't work on me because I'm a boss, so you can't use that as cheap.
Oh, well, maybe not.
Maybe, I don't know. And then
This
again,
was a long time ago.
he was probably on one of your fantasy worlds that you logged into while I
Yeah.
was too busy playing single player with Tommy Undergallows and stuff like that.
I remember him.
You remember Tommy
He
Undergallows?
was like a halfling.
He was, yeah. He was like a rogue.
Yeah.
He went and unlocked all the traps and unlocked chests and stuff, which is what I used him for because I was a sorcerer. But
You
yeah.
don't even know about Imoen
I
or
don't know what-
Yoshimo.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. No.
Minsk. Do you know Minsk?
No.
Oh my god.
I was a poor country boy,
You
Russell.
were a poor country
I was a
boy
poor
who didn't
country
get
boy.
to play Baldur's Gate.
No. But yeah, Neverwinter Nights, I played a sorcerer because I liked not having to carry spells around.
Oh, yeah.
But then I went into... But you can never rest when enemies were nearby.
Mm.
And then in the final area, you were just always like around enemies in a trapped like sort of area in the end game. So I always got to the end game as a sorcerer, expelled all my spells to take out the first couple of guys.
And then you were
Then I was
screwed.
like, I just can't rest. I'm screwed. I got nothing. So I never finished the game.
Really? Wow.
Anyway, so how is this game?
Yes, Sword Ghost Legends.
Is
Well,
it legendary?
I don't know yet. I've only put a couple of hours into the single player.
You really love talking about games on this podcast where you have played only a small fraction of it, and you have bad things to say about it.
Well, no, I don't have bad things to say about it. I've
No?
heard bad things.
Oh,
about
okay, yeah, that's right.
the multiplayer in a preview. I've heard that it's not so exciting to just control one character.
That's
And,
what Dungeons and Dragons is, though. You can control one character.
Well, yeah. But that's when your DM is like creating a magical world
That's true.
for you.
Mm-hmm.
A world of high adventure.
Yes.
And painting word pictures.
Word pictures, yes.
Yeah. And people expect a bit more action out of their computer games.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I don't want to rehash other people's criticisms. So
Well, what is your opinion?
I haven't
You
played the
haven't-
multiplayer.
Of the game?
I'm
What's your
enjoying
opinion of the game? You
the
having
single
fun?
player so far, yeah.
Okay. Do you have to build up your character in single player to take it into multiplayer?
Nah, I don't think so.
No? Because that is like a thing that people do.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
don't know.
I'm sure you can,
Probably, yeah.
but it would be a bit crappy if, your friends want to play a level 6 adventure and you don't have a level 6 character.
Is it like slow level up like in Dungeons and Dragons? Or is it like, oh, it was level 27, like WoW?
No, it's slow like D&D.
Okay.
Well, like in the first bit where you start, I found a chest with a Tome of Knowledge in it, which gave me a skill point, which is basically like a free level up.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Because there's one thing I've learned as our group's DM, which is that people love getting
Oh,
stuff.
people fucking love leveling up.
People love leveling and getting stuff. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what you give them. If
Yeah.
you just go like a session without giving someone something, they're like, oh, it's bullshit. I didn't have fun at all. You killed like 13 orcs. No, whatever. They had nothing on them.
Yeah.
Not interested. No, thank you. Did I level? No. All right, fuck off.
Fuck off. Fuck this shit.
Fuck
Why'd
it.
you waste our fucking time?
Spent half an hour telling you what the room looks like because it's a magical room full of things, and you're like, is it stuff? Can I steal stuff? Is it all nailed down?
Prize the gold off the wall.
There's it's a very fancy chandelier. I cut it down.
Yeah.
I take it with me.
Yeah.
It's enormous. I don't care. I take it with me.
You made the mistake at one point of saying, you find a enormous ruby or something.
Yeah, it was.
And when we asked how much is it worth, you said 20,000 gold.
Something like that. Yeah. And you guys are like
derailed our entire quest.
It went from let's collect these gems to solve the puzzle to get where we need to be to can we steal these gems and get out of here
to a jeweler.
To a jeweler and then just buy a flying airship to get where we need to go.
And an army.
Eventually, you guys realized that you had to give them up, and I wasn't going to let you take 100,000 gold pieces worth of stuff as level 3 characters.
Yes, it would have made for a strange campaign.
Yes.
Just a quick Uncharted update as well.
Oh, good. Yeah. What do you hate about the game now?
Well, it has continued along much the same lines.
Oh, you hating it and
no, not hating it.
Being disappointed.
Just
it's a child that is not getting good grades.
By the level of violence in the game.
Okay.
I just got through a sequence where I was riding around on a jet ski in this sunken, ruined town. Loads of pirates were coming to get me. There's always pirates coming to get you in this game. And my female colleague was standing on the back of the jet ski with a grenade launcher with unlimited ammunition.
That's how grenade launchers work, Russell.
Oh, yeah. And just raining death on these guys.
Do they make grenades that float for specifically situations such as this? Because you'd think a grenade would sink.
Could. Yeah.
You think you throw a grenade in the water, it would sink.
They could have little airbags on it that pop out,
like little life raft.
Yeah, lifeboat filled with high explosives.
But you'd think so. Like if you just shot a grenade launcher at somebody, it'd sink, and then the water would absorb most of the explosion.
Well, probably you wouldn't use a grenade launcher against a human target standing in a swimming pool.
Okay. Also, moving targets as well. I'm saying it'd be very difficult, but clearly your companion was very skilled.
Yeah. Well, the companion was me as well.
Well, so not skilled at all then.
Yeah. But you had unlimited ammunition, so you just bang, 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 bang.
Did you have to steer as well as shoot the grenades?
Yeah.
That seems very difficult.
Yeah. I just parked and killed everyone.
And
then when everyone
was
was
this
dead,
supposed to be a chase scene? No, don't worry about it.
Who's going to chase me when I have a grenade launcher? Yeah. Anyway, that's my Uncharted update. Stay tuned for more.
That is full of action and high thrills and excitement, and that is not what you were looking for. You want a archaeology simulator of dusting bones and stuff like that.
Did you ever play the Indiana Jones LucasArts games?
No.
Oh my god.
Don't look at me like I'm some sort of pleb because I haven't played LucasArts adventure games.
Monkey Island?
I did play Monkey Island, but I was terrible at it.
How can you be terrible at it?
I was not very good at solving the puzzle.
Okay.
Solving puzzles.
This is walkthrough.
Dial up, Russell, dial up.
You can load a text file.
This is before, I suppose. Anyway, I got to the point where you're in the pub and you're trying to get something from the chef or something, the barman, and you got to get him out of the room and then get over there. And I just couldn't figure it out, and I didn't have a lot of patience back in the day. Okay. So I'd be like, how do I make him leave so I can steal this thing that I need? And after half an hour, I couldn't figure it out. So I was like, nah, done with this game. I'm out. I'm gonna go play Neverwinter Nights, single player. But speaking of D&D, I've been reading a new comic this week. Apparently, that's all I do. Called Rat Queens, which is a Dungeons and Dragons-esque style comic book.
Really?
Yes. Only the art style in this comic book is great, for starters. But it's basically a comic book about a D&D group. But they're never mentioned. It's just high adventures of this group of women who are clearly PC player characters.
Okay.
Who get away with everything they want to get away with. And everybody's there's people around them who go, look at them! They just blew up half the town! What the hell? And the main guy's just, don't worry about it.
It's cool.
They clearly saved the town. Don't worry about it. Shush. But then there's ramifications of them getting favorable treatment by the town guard and stuff like that. When they hire monster hunters and stuff to come and clear out the girls out of the town because they cause more trouble than they're worth and stuff like that. And there's like a variety of characters. There's like dwarves and halflings and all that sort of stuff. All the classic things, all the classic tropes and stuff like that.
Half-elves.
Yeah, I think there is a couple of half-elves floating around. And there's like a necromancer who's like, oh, I'm a tiefling and nobody knows that I'm a tiefling, and stuff like that. So it's very entertaining. The art style is very good. It's very visceral comedy and stuff, very tongue-in-cheek sort of style. It's very good.
Is this a new comic book?
It's still coming out. So there's only 2 issues out at the moment. And a friend of mine put me onto it. Mm-hmm. And yeah, you should check it out.
Does it have anything to do with Rat Kings?
No, ironically enough.
Do you know what Rat King
I know
is?
what a rat king is, yeah. It was a bunch
if
of
you don't
rats.
know, listeners, Google image
Don't.
search.
No. It's not very pleasant to look at. It's a very sad thing. But no, not to my knowledge. Maybe that's the reference of the name.
Yeah,
is there's a bunch of rat... What would be the difference between a rat king and a rat queen, though? Because a rat king is a bunch of rats who live in such tight quarters that their tails sort of form into a massive knot.
Yeah.
And then they're all sort of stuck together.
Yeah.
Or like people make them. Which is
People
horrific.
make them?
People have made them in the past, yeah.
That's fucked up.
It's very fucked up. But people have made them. But I don't know what the difference between a rat king and a rat queen would be.
Well,
Maybe a rat king is all male rats, and a rat queen would be all lady rat.
I feel like that wouldn't be gender specific.
Maybe like the rat kings, like the testicles need to be in there in some way. Maybe that helps them form the
Maybe
knot.
if you had mixed gender ones, they'd just be fucking each other.
They'd be trying to fuck each other while each other. Oh, I'm trying to tie your knots in. Your tail in knots here. Stop trying to hump each other. This is unhelpful. Get these women out of here.
You over there, you're in the Rat Queen.
But no, don't image. It's very unpleasant. All right, what else you got?
Where are we? Oh, yes. Some very sad and horrible news.
This is more movie news?
Yes. There's always more movie news.
There's always more movie news.
There is a plan, has just been floated, to make a 6th Die Hard movie.
Because the 5th and 4th ones were so amazing.
I actually quite like the 4th, but the 5th was very bad.
The 4th was okay for what it was.
Jumps a car into a helicopter.
I know he does, but it's not really what John McClane would do. John McClane isn't some sort of over-the-top sort of action hero like that. He's just he's a down-to-earth cop who gets put in implicable situations.
Anyway.
Moving on. We've had this discussion before. We're never going to agree on Die Hard 4.
No. Following on from what you just said.
Yes.
John McClane.
McClane, yes.
At the start of Die Hard,
Mm-hmm.
He's just there to see his wife.
He's got marital troubles, and he's always trying to fix them.
He's in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yep.
And he does what he has to do.
Yeah, to still get the job. Save the day.
Save the day.
Yep.
A prequel would ruin that.
Do you think
because he wouldn't just be in the wrong place at the wrong time. If they make a prequel along the same lines as the other Die Hard movies, by that stage in his career, he would already be like a hero terrorist annihilating...
But maybe the prequel is set in like his hometown. Because the very first movie is set in New York. Is it New York?
No, the first one's in LA. He's from New York.
Yes, he's from New York.
So this one is going to be John McClane as a New York beat cop.
Yeah.
But unless he is handing out parking tickets, then it's going to spoil the whole thing.
Now, I agree with you. And I think it's going to be awful. But to argue the opposite side of you, maybe it's happened to him in the past. Maybe that's why
he just never mentioned it.
Maybe he's on holiday.
When Al calls him up on the radio, he's like, "How you going there?" He's like, "I've done this before."
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You've been there, done that.
Yeah.
No.
I'm a terrorist killing expert.
Because if it's happened before, that would explain why he's so good at Nakatomi Plaza.
But he's not, though.
He takes care of business.
But he gets so lucky so many times.
But is it luck or is it experience?
No, it's luck. Not experience. That spoils the character.
I can't argue positively for this. It's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
It's no excusing for this. But we knew it was going to happen.
No,
it's such a great franchise that they're always going to try and continue it.
They should let it die.
They should have let it die after number 3.
Yes.
But
Despite
they're not going
4
to.
being quite entertaining.
Yeah, okay, whatever. So, entertaining is different from good. But this is what they do. They continue the franchises that have made them money in the past.
Yes, they do. It's just all Hollywood does now. Is just crank out more of the proven
formula.
money spinners.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Fast and the Furious 8, 9, and 10 are all...
You know how I feel about the Fast and the Furious franchise.
You love it.
I don't.
Really?
I don't. Have we not? We've discussed this.
I don't know.
I hate the Fast and Furious.
Really?
Yeah.
Which ones have you seen?
It's too ridiculous. I've seen one.
Yeah.
I know I've seen...
If you think one was too ridiculous...
I've seen 3.
Yeah.
And I've seen another one. Most of it.
Was The Rock in it?
I can't remember.
Okay.
It was a long time ago.
Right.
Even that was just like... Seeing the trailers for the other ones, I was just... No. Too much. Take it down a notch. But I have seen another one. And you're going to have to tell me which one it is. Because they're trying to steal like a tanker at one point.
A tanker?
It was a big truck or something. And they're on like mountain roads or something like that.
Yeah.
And eventually it ends up with the large vehicle rolling towards Vin Diesel, I think. And he does a jump and he drives underneath it.
That might be 4?
It's probably 4.
I don't know. I haven't seen
I'm probably explaining. You haven't seen it?
No.
Well, you're the fan of the franchise. Why have you not seen 4?
No, as far as I'm concerned, the Fast and the Furious starts with number 5.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's the first one with The Rock in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's where they like abandon their street racing roots to become international super spies.
You know what?
James Bond.
It really reminds me of Saints Row.
Yeah, basically.
It does remind me of Saints Row.
You like Saints Row?
I've played Saints Row 3.
Yeah.
And that was amusing because you got to run around with superpowers. But I've not really played the other ones. But it is. That's all it is. It's a live action version of Saints Row.
Yeah.
Because it's ridiculous how ridiculous can we make this?
Yeah.
And usually I'm all for ridiculous movies. But it's just too ridiculous on purpose.
Too ridiculous.
It's ridiculous on purpose.
Did you see number 7?
No, I haven't seen them. I told you that. I haven't seen them.
Well, I'm going to spoil a bit of it for you.
Okay, go on.
There's these buildings in Abu Dhabi. There's like 3 skyscrapers
and they
next to
explode.
each other. No.
They explode and start falling over, and then they drive a car up the side of the building and leap onto the next one.
Not exactly.
That's where I expect them to get to.
The Fast and the Furious friends are in the
the Fast and
tower.
Furious pals.
Yeah, no, it's got to be alliterative.
Okay.
They're the friends.
Sounds like an 80s
They're in the first
cartoon.
tower trying to rob this rich guy.
Okay.
And they go into his apartment, or whatever, high up in the tower.
Mm-hmm.
And they find his, I don't know, Ferrari, whatever. Some fancy sports car.
Alright, yeah. I can guess where this is going to go.
And they can't get the thing out of it that they need to steal. So
they steal the car.
They steal the car.
Of course they do, yeah.
And
let me guess, this involves driving it out of a window.
They drive it out of a window. And they jump it into the next tower across.
That doesn't make any sense. How would they ever do that? How close are these buildings to each other?
It's like 50 meters or something.
No, you can't jump a car 50 meters.
And then they do it again.
Why?
Into the third... Well,
how do they get from one side of the building to the other side of the building?
It.
How? This is a building made out of tissue paper.
I can't remember. It's under construction or something.
It's so stupid.
You have to watch it.
No, I refuse. Unless you force me to watch it.
You know it's going to be apostrophe now.
Damn it. Oh.
Alright, well let's hold all remaining conversation until a later date.
What else you got? Because I'm out. I'm out of stuff to talk about.
Last item on the list is a follow-up from last week, Narcos.
Narcos, yes.
I've gone all the way up to the end of episode 3.
Whoa.
I know, it's like a stunning pace.
I was going to say it took you a week to watch. Did you watch the end of episode 3?
Yes.
Okay, because you said up to the end of it. So it's like 2.5 episodes you watched.
It's still very good.
Mm-hmm.
Despite an alarming amount of animal cruelty, which is quite upsetting.
I would immediately be out. If nothing else about this show, like kicked me out of it and made me stop watching it. As soon as they were like, "Oh, it's a dog, look, shoot it," I'd be like, "Nah, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm out. I'm done."
A dog gets shot. A cat gets hung.
Hung? What did it, like, kill someone?
No,
I don't want to know.
This is spoilers anyway.
Awful.
But yeah, it is a very good show. But we were watching the second episode.
Mm-hmm. You and your lady friend?
Yeah, after which she gave up on it. But
because they killed a cat?
No, it's just because of subtitles, she found it very hard to read the subtitles and follow what's going on screen.
Clearly, she didn't grow up watching
anime
or
porno on
SBS.
No. But yeah, in the second episode, there was at least 4 sex scenes.
Okay.
And it's only like an hour show.
Well, that's not too ridiculous, though. I mean, Game of Thrones.
No, it's not out of the realms of modern TV.
Yeah, and then there's those gangster shows, like the modern gangster ones that are based in like Melbourne and stuff like that.
Oh, the Underbelly.
Underbelly, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, that has a lot of sex scenes and naked people.
Yeah. But the reason I mention it is because after we finished the second episode...
You got busy.
No.
I mean, you may have. I don't know.
We did not.
Okay.
After that, my girlfriend went out the back of the house as the credits were playing, and she heard the credits music coming over the outdoor speakers.
Yeah, amazing. And so, like, your neighbors are just like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I assume they think we were watching, like, Spanish porn out the back of the house.
That's great. That's amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
So, is she, like, friends with your neighbors and stuff like that?
No, not really.
Oh, how unfortunate. I'd love to hear, like, a follow-up about it's like, oh, so you guys, maybe you should disconnect those speakers from the outside next time you're having fun in
turn
the
down
evening.
your foreign pornography.
Were you watching SBS last night?
Yeah. At about 7 p.m.
7 p.m. That's amazing.
Yes, anyway, I thought you'd enjoy that.
No, that's a great story. I love it. It's really adding to the Russell character that we're developing here. Yeah. All right, so should we move on?
Yes, we should head on to the forced review.
Forced review. Forced reviews. We're doing a forced review yet again. I love forced review. As I always mention, it is my segment. Our only segment is my segment.
Yes.
So
you dismissed
suck on
mine.
that. I did dismiss yours. I looked at it. I went, no, thank you. Get out of here.
Come back 100 years.
Come back. You're going to come back 1 month time, 5 new segment ideas, and we'll see what happens. No.
Yeah.
So for us of you, one of us picks something that the other one has to review. There are a few rules in regards to forced reviews. It has to be something that the other person hasn't seen. It has to be something that you have seen. It has to be able to be consumed reasonably within a week, which is the time between episodes, and it has to be within reason. It has to be something not like torture porn or something like that. And this week, Russell had to watch a movie that I quite enjoyed, but my girlfriend hated, called Time Bandits, which is a movie that was released in 1981.
To rapturous acclaim.
To a very high IMDb rating of 7 out of 10. So it's got high expectations for this one. So take us away, Russell.
Well, you're not going to give us a little...
Oh, what do you want? The director was Terry Gilliam, who's one of the Monty Python crew. Michael Palin wrote it. I wonder if he's any relation to Sarah Palin.
I very much doubt it.
I mean, it's possible. It's in the realm of possibility.
It is.
In the realm
I still very much doubt it.
She's white, he's white.
They live on different continents.
They live on different continents. But if I'm right, that's going to be a huge call that I got right.
Yeah.
But yeah. But no. You go ahead. I've done my
Are
introduction.
you in relation to Michael Clarke, the Australian cricket player?
Yes, actually.
Really?
No.
So why am I wasting my time with you? I could be hanging out with Michael Clarke.
No relation.
Okay.
I don't know of any other famous people with your last name.
No,
so.
there are none.
No. But you have now told
I will be the first.
But you have now told everybody my last name, so there you go.
Oh, touche.
I don't care. Go on. Review the thing. Come on.
Time Bandits.
Time Bandits
is a fantasy adventure film. Sort of aimed at children.
It's kind of aimed at children, but it does have some adult themes in there.
It's one of those aimed at children, but there's like another layer of jokes.
Like dirty jokes for like adults and stuff like that, yeah.
And it is from some of the brains behind Monty Python, as Allan said.
Yes.
Where to start? Oh, a brief bit on the plot.
Are we going to do like a brief plot synopsis?
Well,
I think we can forego...
people some idea of what's going on.
Because I just spoiled the shit out of the movie I reviewed last week. There was so many spoilers that I gave away in that movie.
Yeah.
So I think like it should be commonly known that forced review, you're going to be reviewing the movie, so it's going to get spoiled.
Yeah.
So I think that's a given. So, spoil to your heart's content.
Well, we're probably not going to force review anything that people particularly care about. Spoilers.
It's not going to be like, oh, the new, like...
Yeah, I would force you to review the new Star Wars that
Star
we're
Wars.
seeing a week before release.
Yeah, we get advanced screenings
Yeah.
for some reason. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, the brief idea of the plot is a young boy who always has his nose in books, learning interesting stuff about history. So, I empathized with him on that front.
You and your history degree, yeah.
His parents are not attentive, and they're more concerned about their TV shows and the state of their kitchen and how it compares to their neighbours'
Like the
kitchens.
latest gadgets and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The boy is sent upstairs to bed because he's bothering his dad, and he presumably has a dream, although it's not clear to the boy that it is a dream. And these rough-looking dwarves tumble out of his...
Russell. They're midgets, mate.
They're not midgets.
They're midgets.
They're dwarves.
They look like midgets. What's the difference between a midget and a dwarf?
I don't know. It's something about their relative dimensions.
Okay.
If there are any people of
Smaller
foreshortened
stature?
proportions
Okay.
listening, they are no doubt going to be very offended, and so I apologise profusely.
I think you've offended far more people with your opinions of Bethesda and Skyrim than I could ever
Skyrim's shit.
offend. I could ever offend with my mislabeling of people of small stature.
In any case, these people come tumbling out of his wardrobe, and it soon becomes apparent that they are time-travelling thieves, the titular time bandits.
Which, on paper, is an amazing movie.
Well, yeah. They quickly abduct this boy, whose name I do not remember.
Is there like any apparent reason as to why they kidnap him? I've seen it, but it was a very long time ago.
It's kind of...
Is it just like, oh, you're here? All right, let's
Yeah.
go. Come
Well,
on.
first they think he is God, come to take back their treasure map.
I suppose the thing you haven't mentioned there is that they work for God.
They work for God,
Yes.
the supreme being,
The
as they
supreme
call
being,
him,
yes.
because they're not on first name terms. Anyway, they bundle this boy off with them on their adventures through time and space. They visit Napoleonic Europe.
Yep. And steal a lot of stuff from Napoleon,
Yeah.
remember he said?
A very offensive portrayal of Napoleon.
He's like just really happy to find some people who are
people
smaller
who are
than
shorter
him.
than
Yeah.
him. Even though he was not that
Even
short,
no, he wasn't. I know that.
average
Yeah,
height.
is like a mistranslation of
Yeah.
the height he was in some
Yeah.
sort of historical document.
Yes.
See, yeah,
So
you're not
she's
the
5'6".
only one. Not the only one who has some level of history knowledge, Mr. Degree over there.
Anyway, you throw me now.
Napoleon.
Napoleon, yes. They steal from Napoleon, and then they find a new time portal back to... They go to Robin Hood.
They go to Robin Hood,
They go to
yes.
Sherwood Forest in the Middle Ages.
And
they
it's all
meet
very
Robin Hood.
like gritty and dark, and it's like, "Whoa, who are you
Yeah,
lot?"
they meet as merry men, and they're like bandit
scummy
scum.
men.
Yeah.
And then what
People would
happens?
stab you
Without thinking twice about it, yeah. And then what happens?
And then they meet John Cleese
As Robin
as
Hood.
Robin Hood, who speaks in a very posh manner. Oh, yes, very good.
It feels like he should be in like a Disney movie.
Yeah.
As that Robin Hood. He's like, oh, and he's got like a bob haircut.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like very brightly
Looks
coloured
ridiculous.
green outfit. It's like, hello, hi, marvelous.
Yeah. He accepts all of the bandit's treasure.
From Napoleon.
Redistributes it to the poor. Much to the bandits' disgust, as they are very greedy. And they wish only to accumulate wealth.
Yes.
Anyway, their next destination is ancient Greece.
Yes.
They arrive in Mycenae, or nearby.
I really feel like I picked a good movie for you because there's a lot of historical
Historical
locations.
stuff, yeah.
And you're like, oh, I know about this stuff.
Yeah.
That was entirely accidental.
And they meet King Agamemnon.
Was he a real king?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was a king in the Iliad.
Ah, yes, of
Homer.
course. Yes.
He started the Trojan War because his wife got taken away.
It's very protective.
Yes. Wow.
But was he
It's
a
more
real
like,
king, though? I
you
mean,
can't
he was
steal
in
my
the
woman.
Iliad, and I know a lot of the stuff in the Iliad was real.
Well, I don't think we have any way to corroborate it. Maybe we do. I haven't actually looked into it.
This is a terrible review. Right?
Yeah,
some
I
research.
should know all about ancient Greek kings.
You should have a higher level of base knowledge than most.
Anyway, I do know that King Agamemnon bore a very strong resemblance to Sean Connery, who plays him in this movie.
Yes.
And shows off his incredibly hairy arms and legs.
He is, yeah. He's
in
like a bear.
Yeah, his like tiny Greek costume.
Very revealing, those Greek costumes.
Yes. Anyway, the boy gets adopted by Agamemnon, named his heir.
A lot of the stuff in this movie can be summarized with, for no apparent reason. It's like, something happened. Why did it happen? No apparent reason.
So the boy's over the moon by this, but before long, his new friends show up to rob Agamemnon blind, re-kidnap the boy, and escape through another portal.
Right, we can't... We're really just outlining the entire movie here, plot point by plot point.
We're most of the way there.
Okay, go on then.
I won't spoil the ending.
Okay, but it does you're missing out on one great plot point in this entire thing, is that throughout all of their adventures, they're being tracked by one of the greatest bad guys of all time.
Oh yes, Evil.
Evil. He's the bad guy, the main bad guy, Evil.
Yeah.
Who is a very camp, very over-the-top villain.
He loves being evil.
He does.
He's constantly murdering his own henchmen.
He is, yes. He's like, if without him, this movie would be very dull, very boring. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, he gets all of the best Monty Python type lines.
He does, yes.
Eventually, there is a confrontation between Evil and the bandits.
Yep.
Because Evil wants their treasure map in order to escape his prison.
We should mention that the treasure map is a map of all the shortcuts through time and space.
Yes.
That's what they use to travel through time.
Yes. And interestingly, the actor who plays Evil is the voice actor who played the bad guy in Baldur's Gate 2.
Yes, I think you mentioned that last week.
Last week?
When I gave the thing to you? No?
No.
Am I hallucinating?
During the week.
Possibly.
When I watched the movie, and I was like, oh my god, it's John Arenicus.
Yeah. It's like, oh my god, it's that guy. I was like, it sure is. I don't know who that is though, but okay.
I was excited.
Yes.
So, I actually enjoyed this movie. I watched it on a Saturday morning, which I think was the ideal time to watch it.
It's the ideal time to watch it.
Because it very much feels like a
Saturday morning movie.
Saturday morning kids movie.
Kids movie, yes.
Yeah.
I feel it's a very polarizing movie. If you don't get like the British style of humor or the Monty Python style of humor or anything like that, you won't like this movie.
No, I doubt that you would. Unless you're a child.
Unless you're a child, in which case...
You probably like whatever is put in front of you.
Well, I think kids would like it because they would go like, oh, I want that kid to be me. That sounds like a load of fun. Yeah. Do you have any other points you would like to make in regards to it?
It made me want to watch more Terry Gilliam movies.
Yeah. Have you seen Eric the Red?
No.
No? That's a good... I'm not going to force you to watch that, but that's a movie you should watch.
Okay. I want to watch one called Brazil.
I haven't heard of that.
It's like a future dystopia.
Okay, Eric the Red is about a Viking. Shockingly enough.
Eric the Red.
Eric the Red, yes.
Yeah.
But it's very campy, sort of over the top.
Okay.
It's very...
John Cleese by Eric the Red.
John Cleese is in it.
Oh, excellent.
But he's not Eric the Red.
Right.
The guy who is the main guy in The Shawshank Redemption is... Tim Robbins. Tim Robbins is Eric the Red.
Ah,
yes.
interesting.
Yeah. And John Cleese is like an arms dealer who is profiting off the world being in misery and in war and stuff like that. Because all the Norse gods are asleep and stuff like that. So everything is awful. And there's no sun because like Fenrir the wolf has blocked the sky and stuff like that.
Is it eaten
it? Yes. And
the Norse gods fucking love war. How does them being asleep mean that there's profit to be made?
Well, because there's no gods and there's no sun, so everything is miserable and everything is awful. But if you wake the gods up, the sun will come away, and then they won't have to go on like raiding voyages anymore because their lands will have stuff. And it's I
gotta tell you, real Vikings, they had the sun half the time. They're still on raiding voyages all the time.
I know. As I'm a big Viking fan, so I know this. But this is the plot of the movie.
Okay.
Is that they go to like find the sun.
Yeah.
Wake the gods. They gotta find a horn that'll blow. And when you blow on the horn, it wakes the gods and all that sort of stuff. And there's all sorts of various Monty Python-esque characters all through it and stuff like that. Yeah. So there you go.
I shall put it on the list.
I won't force you to watch it until it gets to my turn, in which case I will. Maybe. But I'm not going to waste a forced review if you just choose to watch this of your own volition.
Yeah. So now we get to what?
Yes, the actual the meat and potatoes of it is what did you think of the movie?
I said that I thought it was.
I mean, what's your rating of the movie?
entertaining.
What do you rate the movie? How many
I will give
midgets?
it
How many dwarves out of 10?
out of 10. I'll give it. No,
Every week you're like surprised we do it out of 10. We always do it out of 10.
Well, movies is traditional to rate out of 5.
Well, yes, but in the first one we did it out of 10, so now we're stuck on that.
I would give it, say, 7 dwarves or midgets out of 10.
I'm gonna go with midgets, even though they're not midgets.
Okay.
That's what I call them.
Right.
For no apparent reason.
Yeah.
7 midgets out of 10.
Okay.
Which is the exact IMDb rating. So you're on
I
point
think
there.
that was fair.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now we get to move on to what you're going to make me watch.
Okay.
And you've got a grin on your face. And I don't know whether it's a delightful grin because you're thinking of a great movie or a sadistic grin because you're going to make me watch something awful.
I'm not actually thinking of a movie.
Oh, no, you're not. That's right. Okay,
Yeah,
yep.
We're
diverging.
breaking from
Yep.
type. I'm going to ask you to play and review Baldur's Gate 2.
Oh, are you really?
Not
bastard.
in its entirety.
I was going to say,
it's
that's
50 or
ridiculous.
60 hours long.
I mean, I know I have more free time than you, Russell, but that's ridiculous.
But I would ask you to have a good whack
Good
at
crack
it.
at it? Because
Yeah.
I've never, like I said, I never really played it.
Yeah.
I'm sure I played it at some point, like a small part of a Baldur's game. Was there one on like the Xbox?
There was a... Yeah, no. That was a spin-off.
Yeah, it was
Just
like
used the name.
Yeah, I think I played that.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate.
Back
Dark
on my
Alliance.
entirely not cracked with hard drive inside it original Xbox
Yeah.
that I had, not modded whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
No,
I played a
that's-
Baldur's game on that. Okay, but the important thing is that Baldur's Gate is available on Steam,
Yes.
so I can probably get a copy of it really easily.
I'm asking you to play number 2, though.
Sorry, yes, number 2.
Yeah.
Am I going to
Because-
not get references and stuff to like
Yeah.
the first one? So
But
I'm
it's
going to be like lost in the plot.
No, yeah, it's fine.
And
Spoilers for Baldur's Gate 1, kind of.
what else?
Uh,
What other game
It carries over, but
Precursors.
like all of your stuff gets stolen and most of your party gets killed.
is it? Baldur's Gate 1. Is there another game between 1 and 2?
No.
Okay, so you just seemed really stuck. I was like, spoilers from Baldur's Gate. What?
Well,
like, what else is it going to spoil?
Between Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, off screen,
Uh-huh.
you lose all of your items and most of your party gets killed.
Awesome.
So,
But there's going to be characters that are going to be like, hey, it's you. And I'm going to be like, okay.
yeah, but anyway, it's all explained in fiction.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because one of the most confusing things I found about The Witcher 3,
Yes.
which is a game we've both played, is that I've never played Witcher 1 and 2. So there's a big segment where they're like, in the introduction of the game, you're like sitting down, you're getting bathed and cleaned, and you get interviewed by a guy. I was like, so let's just figure out some facts about what's happened in the
Oh,
past.
yeah.
And he's like,
that.
did you kill Shordina, the sorceress, in the
Yeah.
past? And I was like, no.
I had no idea what I was doing there.
It's like, no, it was like, oh, really? I find that very surprising. So it's like, oh, shit, maybe I should have said I killed her. I had no idea what was going on.
I've only noticed that come up once during the game.
Is it during the intro?
No, later during the game. I
Okay.
met somebody and she was like, you fucking bastard, you killed my son.
I was like, I've killed a lot of people in
Yeah.
this game, lady. I don't know what you're talking about.
But I'm pretty sure that was one of the earlier game people.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think the most important thing we can take away from all this is that if Elder Scrolls 2 costs more than a couple of bucks, I'm going to be really surprised.
You mean Baldur's Gate 2?
Baldur's Gate 2, what did I say? Elder Scrolls.
2.
I did. Anyway,
Yes.
Baldur's Gate 2 is probably very cheap on Steam.
Hopefully, if not, I'll gift it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's like a reasonable thing.
Yeah.
Like if we force someone to review something, then if you can't just get easy access to it.
Yeah.
Like if I want you to review a game that's like $40, for whatever reason,
Yeah.
I could possibly want to make that happen. I feel it's like we either split the costs or I gift it to you.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think that's reasonable. Well, as we say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Good night. Come on back. No.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag?
No, that's not goodbye.
I don't think... Isn't that hello?
I think it's thank you.
Is it thank you? Oh, Guten Tag. No, I think it is thank you, yeah. No, we can tell we're real men of the world.
We are.
I would like to direct you to our website for the show notes that Russell types up, because I edit the audio and he has to actually contribute in some fashion.
Whoa.
If you want to go
Getting
to...
passive aggressive up in here.
Well, that was That was more in-your-face aggressive than passive-aggressive?
Well, no, because you were directing it at the audience.
That's true, I was. Yeah, very backhanded.
If you had said to me, Russell, you did not contribute anything
get your
to
shit
this
together.
podcast.
Yeah. No. Just go to the website at popculturepontification.weebly.com to see the show notes for the episodes and possibly, I don't know, whatever else we're going to put on there. Like reviews and stuff, possibly. Maybe that's a thing.
It's within the realms of possibility.
Everything is in the realms of possibility.
Not everything.
No, everything is in the realms of probability. Yeah, sit on that one. Let that mull over in your dome. Yeah, so go there for the show notes.
If you want to talk to us, you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/popculturepontification.
Such a great name.
And if you want to tweet at us, go onto Twitter and we are at popculturepon.
Only because
pontification is too long.
And they wouldn't let me have it.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the only reason why.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a pretty good reason.
It is. But yeah, all those links and stuff.
All things are not within the realm of possibility, such as having a Twitter name.
Yes.
Long enough to enclose pop culture pontification.
Yeah. It's a real simple, concise name that we chose.
Yeah.
Yep.
PCP. It's going to catch on.
I'm still really upset that I never figured out that abbreviation until afterwards. The various drug affiliation.
Yeah.
But yeah, so all the links are on the website as well. So
all of them.
All of the links to everything, incling our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
As well, stuff like that.
Which is probably youtube.com/popculturepontification.
It would be, yes.
Yeah.
I don't think they don't let you change it, the official link, for a while until you have a certain amount of videos or uploads and something like that.
Is it more than 0?
It is more than 0.
Okay.
All right, so I think that's it.
Yeah.
Did I say the outro line? I can't remember.
What's the outro line?
And come on back next week for another episode of Pop Culture Pontification.
No, you haven't said that, so you should
But
say
I
it
just
now.
said it, though. So does that count, or do I have to say it again? I gotta say it again?
Because you said it in your voice like, I'm not really saying this.
Did I say this?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Alright. So, come on back next week for another episode of Pop Culture Pontification.
See you then.
I'm gonna get the last word in this week.
You just copied what I just said.
Okay. Toodaloo. Cheerio. Pip pip.
Sayonara.
Sampai Jumpa, which is Indonesian.